Welcome back, defenders, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Laffian fights with his eyes closed, Rhal gets a breath of fresh air, Squash protects the bubble, and Zaltanna asks the awkward question. Taking Dacian's threat seriously, the team worked with Lisbeth and Dana to deal with the late-night fight. The shadows attacking before they could get a decent night's rest, Lisbeth barely managed to whisk away the very fragile web of creation containing Dacian to a location unknown. Where has Lisbeth taken Dacian? Is this all that Dacian had prepared? And will tomorrow be any easier? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
So I want everyone to roll a d20. No, I'm joking. You get your 8 hours rest.
Yay,
There's
long
no more
rest.
combat. Nothing else arrives in the middle of the night to kill you. But it arrives exactly 8 hours and 1 second later. No. Sorry, I should stop doing that. It's so mean.
I clicked the button that said long rest. You can't take this back anymore.
All right. Y'all are in a big cave. 8 hours have passed. Dana looks a little refreshed, if a little shaken. And she says, so I guess I'm taking us all back to Falsam?
Yes,
Or-
please.
Or are we going somewhere else?
Well, yeah, we don't know where. Oh, God damn it! I said her name.
Why
5
are
minutes
you
ago.
so bad with this?
Lisbeth. Name dysphasia.
Yeah, we don't know actually where Lisbeth
Nailed it.
took Dacian, which is either really good or really bad. Because now there's literally one person in the whole world, excluding Dacian, who knows where Dacian is.
I'm going to vote to stay optimistic and say that it's a good thing.
Yeah. The bubble did take a pretty nasty hit before she got there. I'm sure I told her to stand by the bubble. I don't know what happened. Ignored.
Yeah, that's what that comment deserves.
Falsam. We need to get to Falsam. We need to get the last relics because I don't like the things that Dacian said.
Right. Okay.
He kind of implied that we're on a very short timeline here.
Okay. Everyone grab hands and we'll go. Okay?
Yep.
She grabs Zaltanna and Rhal. She and everyone grabs hands.
Mhm.
Yep.
And without the usual faff, you feel a tug on the back of your navel as she kind of raises in the air.
No,
just
wait,
a
she
little
didn't
bit.
ask if we're wearing metal.
I'm wearing metal.
I'm so tired of
floats
that
back
question.
down.
I'm always wearing metal.
No, I think Zaltanna's always covered in metal, so I don't think I need to ask that question. And then she performs the spell.
It's just not
You
the
find
same.
yourselves in the temple, back in the barracks room. Everything here looks like chaos. Beds have been overturned.
What?
There's lots of cloth that has been torn. There are blood streaks across the floor, across the walls. Everything here is chaos and torment.
Are there people?
I rolled a 22 con save.
You're totally fine. You can hear the sounds of movement, sort of like far off in the barracks, which now has gotten very big. And you can hear sounds of movement in the corridor behind you.
Why is this place always in turmoil when we arrive?
Because that's our life at this point. Let's go investigate.
Rhal is going to go run and find where Emil and Talus and Pilgrim,
Take an investigation check.
wherever they were, he's going to check and look for them.
Oh, if you're just checking the area that they were, that area is... When you arrive at the area that you lost, saw Bogrim and Emil and Talus and the children and Rosita, you can see that Rosita is kind of beginning to turn this big bunk bed over on her own and struggling. You can see that she has like a cut on one arm, which she hasn't taken the time to bandage or heal up or anything. She looks a little pale, but she's alive at least.
Rhal runs over. What's going on?
She kind of like leans back against, she kind of like drops the thing that she's trying to turn upright and just like leans against the frame. And she's like, we were attacked. These things came out of nowhere. Everyone had something near them. And thankfully I was awake and...
Everyone?
It was really weird. It was very cold. And then they shimmered through black and purple, and then they became whole, and oh my god, so many people are dead.
Where is everyone?
She kind of like looks over in the area where people are like very far into the barracks are beginning to like turn things back up, and she's like, most of the people just fled into the sewers. Some of us are still trying to write everything up. I assume everyone else is up on the surface.
Do you know if this happened on the surface too?
She nods.
Everywhere.
I guess either you were somewhere safe or you got attacked too.
No, we fought as well.
No, we're safe.
She kind of like bangs her fist against the thing that she was trying to write.
Rhal runs off very fast.
No, Rhal, wait. Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Go running after him.
Where's Rhal running to?
He's looking for Emil because I need to keep that fucker safe, V. V keeps throwing him in Cicero and shit, and I have to drag his ass and make sure that he's not throwing himself in danger, V.
We didn't even get Caden back yet, V.
Yeah, I'm looking for Bogrim and Emil and Talus and also my tabaxi friend.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
8.
There's so much chaos going on. There are lots of people standing in places. There are lots of people just like trying to write things. Some people are just trying to use prestidigitation to clean the blood off of the floor. Some people are hanging out in the temple and healing each other.
I'm running to the armor room.
I'm going to go check on the Dragonborn.
Okay. On your 8, I'm only going to give you that you see a glimpse of your Dragonborn companion. He's the only Dragonborn here, so it's really, I guess, easy for you to find. The Dragonborn is like in the training room, like where things are made and where you train. Where your tabaxi friend normally is. They're in there and they're just trying to help out and pick things up and move. Like the forge looks like an absolute mess and will have to be rebuilt from scratch. This place was hit hard. Running to the armor room. Running into the armor room, you find the 3 children sitting there. And you find like 2 other children that are sitting there with them as well.
The armor stand is intact. Nothing's been taken off.
It's totally intact. Nothing taken off.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness. You all right? Everybody's fine?
I'm okay, Uncle Alephian.
Okay.
Is it safe now? Can we come out?
I'm not 100% certain. We only just got back. Everybody looks to be trying to clean and restore things.
She nods. Can we help? I mean, Uncle Balance, we were there. Uncle Alephian, I'm sorry. We were there at the big fight, and we helped save people, and we saved you, and we can help. And you see Zach and Rondi nodding as well.
If you think you can help, then the more the merrier. Just stay safe.
We will. Come on, guys. And Talus stands up, and the 4 much younger children just like rush off with her. Yeah.
Before I forget. And he reaches into his bag, pulls out the 4-leaf clover charm that he'd gotten from the double ones. And he just passes it over to her. Deal's a deal. Now get going, they need you.
Can you do me a favor?
I can certainly try.
She reaches into a satchel and she pulls out a small card. And it has a very crude drawing of you on it.
Oh.
She hands it to you and she says, with a quill, with some ink that is already on it. And she says, can you sign this? Just how to spell your name like your whole name?
Taylor, I need to ask why.
Because when we win, I want everyone to know how to spell your name properly.
Do I need to make an insight roll?
No.
Taylor, what is this about?
Me and Zach and Rondi are working on some magic, but we don't know how good it's going to be, and I don't want anyone to know what we're doing yet. Just in case it doesn't work. And if it works, then we'll tell everyone everything, but I don't know yet.
Am I in danger for doing this?
Well, Uncle Rhal seems to be fine.
What do you mean by that?
Don't rat me out!
This girl has never heard snitches get stitches. Zaltanna has not been teaching her well.
We haven't been around long enough.
You'll be fine. I promise. And if it doesn't work, you won't know anything. And if it does work, it's going to be really good. Please?
I could use really good right about now, so I will trust you on this. That being said, he does want to read her aura and make sure this is Taylor's first.
Okay, solid move.
I didn't have
Damn it.
auras, V.
Nat 20, 26.
It appears to be a very scared, frightened little girl.
Is it a tailless little girl? Or like spooky
From what
voodoo?
you know of, no, from what you know of Taylor, this is her.
Okay, all right. Then he just... all right. Signs the card.
When you
fucked up
sign
now.
it kind of glows a little bit, and then she takes it back really quickly before you notice what's happening. Thank you! And she runs off and then runs back again, grabs the quill, and then runs off with the kids.
Oh, we're both in trouble now.
We've been in trouble since episode 1.
Yeah, that was kind of why I signed it.
Listen, if it does something good, fucking fantastic. If not, we're probably like 3 days out from being dead anyways. So like...
It's so pessimistic.
Well, that is what Dacian said, so...
Days away from what he says. Anyway, but who can believe Dacian? He's an asshole. Okay, you're running around looking for people.
Yeah, well, whatever this thing was going on,
I was
Squash
checking the armor
did
stand.
like a...
It's important.
No, I mean, once Taylor gets out a piece of paper and says like, "Oh, do you sign this?" Like Squash just rolled his eyes and like started like checking the perimeters and like sneaking around. Just like, oh, geez.
You just wish you were famous enough to have children ask for autographs.
Squash does not
Like, I
want
heard
children to
I
approach him.
heard that even Cicero couldn't hold Squash, and he has 1,000,000 daggers on him.
You're the worst.
A voodoo doll of Squash. You stab it
Yep.
with pins.
Okay. All right. So looking around the perimeter, there are a lot less faces here than there were before. It could be that everyone's up on the surface, like the last time you were here, where literally no one was here apart from Guardian. Yeah, there's more people here than last time, but this place looks like an absolute wreck. Zaltanna, what are you up to?
I feel like probably I'm going to go see if I can find Benno.
Okay. Benno is not anywhere in the temple.
Do I see any of the priest people? Like not not the priest people. Sorry, let me rephrase that wording. The people that are from the Temple of the Triad that came to fight.
Down here,
Yeah.
You don't see anyone that you would recognize. Elise isn't here. Benno isn't here. Father Caldrain isn't here. Some other people that you may peripherally know, none of them are really down here. You'd expect that they'd be on the surface if they're, alive.
Cool. I'm gonna go look for Bogram.
Okay. All right. Let's say there's some teamwork going on here, and some of y'all are looking for Bogram and Emil because that dude Rhal needs to keep alive. You decide that asking around might be a smart idea. And after speaking a little bit to Rosita, she says that they're still not back from going to find Caden. She says that Elise went with, and that Yellen went with as well, Rondi's sister. So they are not back yet.
What do they mean by not back? They're in Cicero?
Well, Emil opened a portal there. A bit weird, but he did it, and they haven't come back yet. I don't know if they got attacked there too, or if they just haven't found Caden yet. I'm sure. Is that a con check?
Yeah.
Of course it is. On a 6, roll some damage against yourself. This is ridiculous.
9. After being halved.
Yeah, of course. She kind of reaches out and gets you to sit down on the bed that she has finally righted. And she says, I'm sure when they come back, they'll come find you. Bogram and Emil know how important this is. I'm sure they'll get Caden back too. And she reaches around and opens one of the drawers, writes the drawer thing, pulls it open and offers you a rag to clean the blood and the acid away.
Rhal nods in appreciation and cleans himself up a bit. Well, what do we do?
How widespread could this have been? They can't have done all of Bikran.
There's got to be clerics here. And some of the witches must have exchanged notes and messages. Someone must know how far this got. I don't have those spells, but other people might.
Let's go to the temples. Surely most people must have gathered there afterwards.
Okay. Trip to the temple. I assume the temple within the temple.
Yeah, I some stone walls. I can see a bunch of clerics inside, so it's magic. I can see people scurrying there.
Yeah. The temple inside is dedicated to Ilmater. So the traditional rack is there. There are a lot of people here, a lot of people administering aid or casting spells as much as they are able to. Some people just having to resort back to using herbs and bandages. The damage was very widespread. You can see a couple of people have been laid out on the ground with sheets over them. Hello? Can I help you? You look... I'm sorry, if you're not here for healing, I have to ask you to leave.
We're just wondering what we can do to help, I guess.
They kind of spread their, you're talking to a drow. They just kind of spread their arms pretty wide open. They're a cleric of Ilmater, and they look of a bit of a loss as to what to say in particular, and they're healing, anything that you could provide would be great, or assistance, collecting our dead, anything really.
Do you have any idea how this happened?
They shake their head. I don't know. Maybe the mages will know better. Maybe someone higher in my order will know. I'm sorry. I'm just too busy trying to tend to the sick. Please.
Sorry. Yeah.
Let
you do that.
Let me help with that.
You see their eyes go wide as you approach. Like, yes, please. We would appreciate all of this. If it's not too much, please. And they kind of like, they set you to work helping some of the people and curing wounds and such like. Some people are beyond help. And you can see that they're kind of being pushed to one side so they can make room for the living. All right. I assume at some point you're going to reach the surface?
Yeah.
The town of Falsam was a bit of a broken wreck when you left. The added blood now doesn't look much better. There are people who are working on clearing the dead or taking them out of town. Funnily enough, you see a lot of prisoners doing this work. You also see a lot of prisoners that you, the three of you, would recognize are trying to help and tend to the sick, getting them to places of safety. This place reeks of blood. Heading towards the camp area where Zaltanna met with Father Caldrine before, you can see that the camps, the tents, the makeshift living that everyone has been doing here, all these armies in one place, finally meeting outside of Falsam, goes as far as the eye can see, but it's also in chaos. You hear a lot of people moaning and crying. You also see a lot of spell work going off. You see a lot of people helping one another out. You see the races of Kino, shunned by most of Discora, working together. A young human male approaches. He has long blonde hair that he's tied up into a short ponytail. He's wearing chainmail, and he has the look of a young paladin about him. He's wearing the markings of Torm. He heads towards Zaltanna, and he nods with a degree of respect. And he says, "Your bloodiness, what can we do to help? Tom said you were looking for something."
Have you seen Trempal around?
He's out here somewhere. The last I saw, he was heading towards Apella's tent to see what damage was over there.
Also, did you say Twum told you I was looking for something?
He nods.
Oh. Zaltanna looks overcome with, like, relief that Torm is okay.
Sometimes I hear Tom say some things, not just me in the right direction. Trempal's over there.
Used to be like that for me, too, when I was a paladin at TA.
Not all of us get to become goddesses, I guess.
You're doing good. If you need more help with the wounded, let me know.
He looks around, and even though there are bodies that are beginning to be pulled away, some of them covered, some of them aren't, it's evident there was a massacre here. He says, it's a lot of hard work for the rest of us, I think. Tom says you 3, you 4. Says you got a task ahead of you. You should probably do that. Leave this to us. There's enough of us here.
Okay. Shall we go find Trempal? I say to my companions.
He nods and takes a hint and leaves.
I think we need to go back down and start working on trying to get the last relics. We're running out of time.
Okay. How about you guys get going on that? I have something I need to ask Trempal anyway. I'll report back with some information.
Don't take too long.
Promise.
Do you want me to come with you?
I think it's going to be fine. Anyway, the 3 of you are more intimate with the whole mirror thing, so you guys know better.
Okay.
All right. Let's do a squash, because I don't know what shenanigans you're going to get up to, so...
It's very basic.
Sure. After having been pointed in the general direction of where Apella's kind of tent is, even from a distance is obvious, Start making your way over. I'm going to give it to you on your stupid perception. You see Trempal. He looks a little worse for wear, like everyone else around him. And he's essentially just helping them move the dead.
Squash just kind of runs up to him like, Trempal, you're okay?
Yep, you're okay too. Everyone else?
The three of them are okay. Donna is okay. And, yeah.
What about our other?
Yeah, everything's okay.
Good.
I had a couple of questions for you. Do you... let me try to help. And Squash, like, I don't know, like grabs bags or whatever the fuck, like, try to help. Very short.
Yeah, like the two of you pick up like smaller work, just clearing debris and such like. And it's like, so what can I do?
Do you have any idea how big this is?
Yeah. Everything from the south all the way up to Belligbud and Darkhammer. From what we can tell, yeah. No idea about Kino.
How can they have done this? This is ridiculous.
He shrugs his shoulders. No one managed to catch any of them, so far as we know. Unless Rowena's people got them, or the elves, or whatever contingency that Pella left behind. We were too busy not dying to think about,
of course,
catching them.
Of course. Sorry, I have a couple of questions I needed to ask you. When we were at the Witch's Mood, I saw that you hurt your hand.
Yeah. You see him like close that hand up. It still has like a bandage around it.
What happened there?
I needed to cast a spell. Didn't know.
And you hurt your hand doing that?
Yeah.
How does that work?
With a degree of difficulty.
Fine. I won't bother you further about that. The other thing, I think I heard you say that Demi left behind like a bunch of papers?
Yeah.
Are they just at the Witches Society, or do you know?
He shakes his head.
Where are they?
They were. Most of them went to a little building just on the edge of town.
Okay.
That's where she was working out of when I had to kick her out.
You wouldn't mind if I moved that to the barracks?
He kind of shrugs like, it's not my stuff.
Okay. Yeah, that should be. I'm sorry, no, I'm too curious. I have to ask one last question.
Squash trying day.
I know. It's been trying on us all. You said you could remove magic from people.
He kind of like bites his lip a little bit and kind of swallows, maybe swallowing whatever it is that he's chewing, but evidently not as he continues chewing away. It's doable, yeah. It's not something to be done lightly.
Of course not.
Why?
Just thinking.
It won't help against Daichin.
Daichin? Yeah, no, I'm not. He's staying dead. He's staying where he is.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. And Squash just kind of like runs off.
Okay. Short and sweet, I guess.
I'm recovering Demi's paperwork.
I assume you're doing that alone?
Well, like if I go there and it's like literally walls and walls of boxes.
No, not quite. Okay. You don't know where this house is?
He said where it was. A little house next to the Witches'
Kind of
Society.
on the edge of town.
Edge of town, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Don't do this to me. Don't make me force you to tell me exactly what street and lane it is on.
No.
I was assuming we were doing the D&D thing. You know where the house is now.
Sure, you eventually find it. When you approach, it becomes very evident that the house has been locked up. Not a problem for a thief. You don't really care.
Boo, boo, boo.
But you do notice that runes have been placed in very inconvenient places inside.
No, like defensive runes?
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming none of them are fire related because that would be a very dumb thing to do to defend your paperwork.
Unless she's like, burn it to the ground before anyone gets it.
I guess Squash just kind of like, I'll worry about this later. And like, he just kind of looks for anything, like something that looks like what would have been like the most recent, something she was working on or something like that.
I say as a master thief, you can probably break in without setting any of them off. But her desk is counter to how you know Demi's chaotic nature. The papers on her desk are ordered very precisely. So the corners match up. The crumpled papers have been like weighed down by the non-ones. There are a couple of piles, and you see I see a hand.
I have a very important question.
Yes.
Is this the shit shack?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
No, Demi has some class.
I just wanted to make sure. I mean, if she was going to leave us some sort of hints or something like that, that would be a pretty clever way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Alas, not. Sorry. No, this is this, like, not the Squash would know, but this is the place where you found Demi when she was, when you went to go get Squash. That's where she was. Yeah, there's a couple of like very ordered piles of paper, and you can see that there's a quill and ink sitting on top of one pile. Yeah, like it's ordered.
Squash is just gonna grab some of it. Like he'll be back, and he's gonna bother Trampal about like undoing these runes, motherfuckers.
Okay. I'm just gonna give it to you. Like, I'm not gonna make you roll around all these goddamn things. If you use like a really like big stick to move the papers towards you, I don't give a fuck. I'm not dealing with this right now. Just know that she wasn't dumb and didn't leave it unguarded. Okay, you grab the stuff. You grab as much as you need. Yep. Let's say you grab the important shit. Yeah, you have those. All right, three of you heading down. You are headed to the mirror room, right? You're trying to see if you can find a way to open it?
Yeah, I think we're going to follow up with Rondi. Because Rondi, I think, was the only other person looking into it.
That's right, yeah. Rondi was looking into the things that you might expect while you're there. Yeah, it's very easy to find Rondi. He and the other younglings are they're working in the training room. They've like cleared a part of the desks, and like some of them are still cleaning up. The two kids that you don't really recognize are kind of helping adults out, but the three that you know pretty well are just feverishly working over drawings and other such things when you arrive. Rondi looks at you and he says, "Can I help?"
We need to get the last relic.
He sighs and he sets the kind of quill that he's been drawing with down. And he looks at the three of you and he says, "Something has to be brought into that room. It's a clockwork heart. But you can't just put it on the stand. It has to be filled with..." And he kind of frowns and he says, "Death and life. It doesn't translate very easily. I'm sorry."
Just a normal clockwork heart, not the clockwork heart.
He shakes his head. It's... The articles, they're definite, the indefinite. I think it's the clockwork heart.
But
and it has to be filled with life and death. And I can't figure out if life and death get put into it after the mirror, or if they get filled after going through the mirror. Bogrim did say he knew where it was before he left.
God damn it. Why must things always be so complicated?
Because life is really weird, Uncle Effian.
Either is fine.
And she smiles. But I think they're going to be back soon. I have a good feeling.
I was really hoping to get Emma back before doing the mirror thing.
Well, if you can't get Emma back before, then she'll be even more proud of you when you do get her back.
Rhal kind of smiles at her.
She smiles back.
When they return, we'll speak with them. We don't have time. According to Dacian, we have days at most. Whether or not he was bluffing, I don't think he was.
If we can... Question, Squash, did you ever draw those runes that you saw?
I don't believe I wouldn't have. Like,
At some point,
yeah,
a drawing would have been drawn.
Yeah, it was always in the intention. I think it just got lost in some time skips and rests and moves and...
Yep, that's fine. Let's just say, like, at some point since then, either you woke up in a feverish dream and drew them out, or, like, someone bugged them out of you. I don't know who. They've been drawn. And it says, the runes that Squash drew, Dacian's cult, I think they might have something to do with it. Everyone is a little too busy to look into it right now. But I can have a look and see if... maybe work with one of the mages. See if we can figure out what it is. And if it has anything to do with it. These are not natural things. They don't come from Bikron. Perhaps someone caught one alive. Perhaps we can question them. No, I've decided I'm going to look at this. I'm sorry, Talus, I have to. And then Talus just nods and, okay. I'll find you when I have more news. And he kind of does a very crude drawing of the rune that Squash drew. And, like, takes off towards the surface where most of the magical books kind of are. Conveniently passing Squash at the same time.
Oh.
Auntie Anna, can you sign this card for me?
Is it a card with a picture of me on it? Like,
yeah, it's a really sophisticated drawing. This probably wasn't drawn by Talus. This drawing is, like, really good.
Why? You thinking of becoming a disciple of bloody vengeance? I don't know if I like that for you.
No, Daddy said I couldn't do that. But I just want to make sure that we have your whole name written down, because people might forget how to spell one of your names. One day when you become big and famous, they might just refer to you as Grr Angry Zaltanna or Grr Angry Thunderheart rather than, oh, she's the forgiving one. I don't want people to forget who you are.
Well,
and she kind of like hands the quill and a drawing of you over.
I'm not the forgiving one. That's my wife.
I don't want people to forget.
Why? Now, I don't want to distrust you, but I was raised to be suspicious of everyone trying to get me to sign things.
I promise that it won't hurt you and that nothing bad will happen to you. And she kind of like gives you that hopeful smile.
I love Talus so much, but Zaltanna was raised in the mob. I'm gonna roll
an
insight on this.
That Talus. She's always
Sorry,
up
I don't
to
want
something.
to. I want to just sign the thing, but Zaltanna
It's fair.
genuinely is suspicious of things.
That's fair. You guys have had a rough
And I
couple
got
of
a
days.
22.
She earnestly doesn't think anything bad will happen to you. And yes, she is hiding something, but it's not malicious. It's she has hope there.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna squat down and I'm gonna like look her in the eye. Or well, she's 17
She's
now.
a teenager
so
now, yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna like kind of pull her down to look me in the eye.
yeah, she does that.
And I'm gonna be like, Talus,
Tiana?
you know that your Auntie Anna is a god now.
She looks down a little bit. She's about to counter you, but doesn't.
Fine, god in training, whatever. God, why is everyone gotta be so technical about that? Anyway, you've been talking to balance, haven't you?
She smiles a little bit.
What? Did someone say my name?
Shush! Shush you. Okay. I have a keen sense for when people are hiding things from me, Talus. Now, I believe you that this won't hurt me, but I want to know what you think it's going to do. You're hiding something. Come on, you can tell me. I'm not gonna. I won't. I'll do you one. And she does like the zipper motion with her mouth and throws away the key.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's just between us.
She kind of like leans over and like whispers in your ear. She says, "If it works out well, then I might be able to cast spells in the thing, and they have a little bit of you in it, and it will be really big and really badass. But I don't know if it's gonna work. So
wait, you're gonna be able. You might be able to use the cards to cast spells. That
she pulls back and she says, like the things that you can do.
Oh,
So, but because I don't know if it's gonna work very well."
oh, why didn't you say so? She signs the card.
She takes the card and you see it kind of like luminesce a little bit. She grabs it really quickly before you can see what's happening to the card, and she like shoves it in her satchel. All right, at this point, Squash can turn up. Fuck it.
Yeah. I was assuming Squash was probably like standing somewhere in the back of the room, just like, okay, this is still happening.
Everyone's signing cards. What the fuck?
Nobody's asking
No one
Squash
wants
to sign cards.
Yeah, no one wants Squash's signature.
Yeah.
Everyone wants Squash's signature. Does Cicero can hold him?
We need a TLD trading card game.
Stop saying that.
TLD trading card game. Let's go.
No, stop it. Stop encouraging this madness.
What?
Top trumps, please. Yeah.
All the main cast are like ultra legendary, super rare cards. Hollow.
Yeah, they're foils.
Yep, all foil.
Shiny Charizard.
First edition.
That's the only Pokemon thing I know. I'm so sorry. All right, yeah. So Squash, you turn up as like the kids, the two, like Zach and Talus continue with drawing.
Yeah.
I say kids, like I think you've only really met Talus as a 17-year-old girl. So
Yeah, no, like the weird Talus kid that they're obsessed with is leaving. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, Squash kind of just walks in like, yeah, this is bad. This whole monster thing that came out of the shadows.
What do you mean?
All of Discora, as far as Trampel knows.
Oh. That.
Yeah. I don't know.
I need a moment. In fact, I'm going to need a long moment.
Squash just backs off.
Lavian's actually going to go to where the meditation room is.
all right, to the meeting room you go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lafian, what's the what?
He's going to try doing a new thing that he has because
Oh no.
he's a little scared now.
Okay.
He's going to try using a new ability that he has called Find Creature.
Okay. Link, please.
He wants to know where Kaithia is. Because assumably,
you
if
would
she's
know by the
dead, he's
fact
going to get a
that
ping
the-
saying she's on another plane of fucking existence.
Well, Your alchemist stone that she gave you. Oh, did you give that to
Demi has it.
Demi, didn't you?
She needed it to make the thing.
I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna say that in Squash's perusal of Demi's shit, you would have seen a stone. You just wouldn't necessarily know what it was.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just a random pile of crap that she has around, so she hasn't disappeared with it. Because I think that'd be a dick move. I mean, I'm full of them, but that would be a horrible move. I don't want to do that. Okay. Yes, you can do this.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it takes 1 hour, and then I gain an understanding of the creature's current location. I learn the region, city, town, village, district where they are, pinpointing to an area between 1 and 3 miles. And if they're on another plane of existence, I know which.
Yep. I assume this costs you some points of something.
Yeah, it's 2 side points.
Great. You know that she's on Beligbud Island. You can't specifically narrow down where on Beligbud Island, but that's where you know she is.
Okay. She's not dead. Not dead.
Not dead.
Okay.
Alive.
Okay.
Not dead.
Laffy comes back into the room where everybody else is, and he's like, not dead. Not dead. We're good. Not dead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, that took an hour.
That took an hour. That took an hour.
It took an hour. That took an hour. What are the rest of y'all doing for an hour?
So,
Rhal goes to the religious room.
oh boy.
Okay. It's filled with
Religious
sick people. Yep, and sick people.
It's a triage center right now.
Are you helping?
No. He's gonna sit down with all the sick people.
You're gonna get kicked out.
Okay.
You know, where he belongs.
Oh. Tio jumps off your shoulder and does what Tio can, dragging things, bringing people supplies when they're like, oh, where's my bandages? God, this is an emergency. Tio trots over with bandages in their mouth. Tio's being useful.
Rhal beat himself down once today. Stop it.
You can be in Tio and help that way if it helps.
Yeah, that'll be fine. And at some point, he'll try to pray to Ilmater again, since it's Ilmater's temple already in here.
Okay.
Do his checkup.
What are you praying for?
The third checkup. Is it the third time Rhal's checked up on Ilmater?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. This time when you pray, you definitely feel a bit of a connection. It's odd. It's like when Zaltanna was healing you previously with Tyr's lay on hands, or more recently when you just feel Zaltanna when she's healing you. You sense another presence when you pray this time, you getting used to the feeling of interacting in some form with deities. Tyr is alive and well.
Ilmater.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. Ilmater. That guy.
Ilmater one, yeah.
The other one. Okay. Zaltanna.
I'm also going to go to the triage room, but I'm going to go back to do some more help because, I mean, I'm sure I'll exhaust all my lay on hands and all my whatever, and
Healing
then after
spells.
that, I'll do whatever I can without magic.
Okay. This is important. If you are expending your stuff, you need to clear it off your character sheet
I'll clear
because
it
I
off
don't
right
know
now.
whether the thing will happen tonight or not.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Excuse me, what about tonight?
Yeah. So if you are expending your spell slots and you are using your lay on hands, you need to clear them off your sheets because things may or may not happen this evening.
VY.
Well, now you're saying that, and now I feel like I don't want to spend all my... I also don't have... Well, no, I have lay on hands because we had a long rest, so...
Yeah.
I don't want to spend my time healing the sick.
I just want to be fair. I don't want to be like, haha, you spent all your things. I'm a devious fuck and now you have nothing.
But you
I
do
wanna
that to
be
me
as,
every time.
You can hang out with Rhal.
No.
I will use half of my lay on hands,
Perfect.
and I will do 2 cure wounds. So I'll take off 2 of my first level spell slots and half of my lay on.
Okay,
hands, because I think
I'm going to say
Zaltanna-
that Tio Jacques probably helps you out a lot. Like they're just there with things for you when you need them. Whether Rhal is actually in tier at the time, I'm just going to call them one thing right now.
Yeah, you
Squash.
see him in there.
Zaltanna gives Theo pets if he allows her to, and then probably goes and like sits and like does like some prayerful meditation with Rhal.
Yeah, you see Rhal's neck looks like shit.
Looks real rough. Tio accepts the pets. They're very happy with that. All right, last one for 1 hour.
I guess Squash just kind of like, I thought we were doing the mirror thing. I guess not. And he's just gonna like go to somewhere where he can sit kind of in quiet, and he's gonna like start going through some of the papers.
Quiet, I guess, would be the death chair room, or the fighting room, or the mirror room, or no, that's pretty much the only quiet places.
You can come hang out with me.
No, you're being all like, please don't be dead, please don't be dead, please don't be dead. And it's super distracting, dude.
I like that too. He comes in and you're just like, don't be dead, don't be dead, don't be dead. And he's like, I'm just going to close this door.
Is
you know what? The death chair room is starting to look real nice right now.
Very, very important clarification, because for flavor, I think it's a really cool development. I like the idea that with this whole evolution of him developing like these knowledge-seeking abilities, is with the thorn-covered tattoo on his forehead, in the center, like a third eye opens up whenever he uses these abilities.
I think it'd be rad as fuck as he didn't know what's happening yet.
Yeah, he doesn't know, but like you peek your head in, and there's just like a fucking third eye that's open. His eyes are closed, but there's just a third one that's like frantically looking all over the place.
I'm on board with this. I love it.
Yeah. Squash just sees that like, okay. Closes the door slowly.
Nope,
Just
out of
just
it.
another Tuesday.
And yeah, I think Squash actually just goes for the death chair room, because I don't think I've ever seen anybody in the death chair room.
Yep, there's usually a reason for that. Yep.
And if I believe I remember correctly, the room has like a chair that is facing the door, but there's space behind the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Squash just plunks behind the chair, so if somebody opens the door, it's not like visible. I'm not sitting in the death chair.
Please. Please. Okay, yeah, you go through the notes. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Squash is just like, since he hasn't had time to have Damas's letter translated, I definitely would have had time last night when we were stuck in a cave for 8 hours. Okay, well, that's on Squash. He's basically just filing and sorting through things and just like kind of like reading through papers. And if it's like he's sorting useful from not useful, like because he doesn't think he has a lot of time right now to go through this.
Yeah.
So he's just using what little time he has. I'm basically jiving for an advantage on a roll in the future for going through this stuff.
Yeah. Her writing is a mixture of Orcish, Common, and like arcane runes.
Oh no!
So you'll be able to read some of it. Most of it looks like a fucking mess. There are pictures, drawings, there are runes. There's the rune that you drew. No, it wouldn't be there. No, there's lots of random notes. Sometimes the common, like you can read things like avatar and walls. You can read things like binding ritual. One note you can read for sure is it's like there's like a bunch of little pluses in a row and a bunch of minuses in a row, and then there's like a big line through all of them, and it's literally just written in very rushed common that says, "But they're murderers. Hell no."
What?
There's a bunch of mathematical formulas in there. Yeah, and written in the margin in common is no, that's not written in common. There's one word that has a circle around it, and there's a line that points off to a sentence, and the sentence says, "Research creating celestials, the Thunderhearts." At a glance, this is all I'm going to give you. You would need to get the rest of it translated or read by a mage.
I'm going to have to get somebody who speaks Orc.
Or can read Orc, cough. Yeah, that's what I'm going to give you.
Yep.
So in future, if you want to look for a thing, just ask me and I'll tell you where there's in the notes. All right. Okay. And then Laffian comes out and does the thing where he's very happy that, Kythia is not dead.
Yep. Third eye's gone. He's just not dead. Not dead. We're good. Not dead.
Zaltanna, you said you were praying?
Yeah, I'm just doing like some meditative prayer, reflexive.
Okay.
Do you pray to yourself?
I guess. I think that probably she's still so not used to the whole her being a god thing that she probably reflexively starts out by trying to pray to Tyr and then realizing, nope.
You have the wrong number.
You could
Hey, Zaltanna.
You could pray to Odette.
What's going on?
I could pray to Odette. I'm going to pray to Odette. We're all going to be sad about our girlfriends and wives and stuff.
I am 100% going to say that you don't need to roll any religion check or any arcana check. Your prayer connects with your wife. Like, that's not fucking even a question. As you begin to think about really praying, and you kind of do that wanting to talk to Odette thing, you just feel her presence, and it's very comfortable and very soothing. You don't get any direct words, you don't get any flashes or any visions, but you feel like she's close, even though she's on a different plane.
Oh, I miss her. I miss when I was able to talk to her in my dreams.
Are you saying this out loud?
No, she's thinking it though.
Okay.
And then she's like, I mean, there was a scary Sandman thing happening, but I miss being able to talk to Dad.
Okay. And then the four of you, for whatever reason, the four of you meet back up.
At the end of Rhal's prayer to Ilmater, he was probably like, "Tell Odette I said hello."
But like a persuasion roll. Let's do it, man.
Were you saying that to Zaltanna or to Ilmater?
Ilmater.
It's a 9.
Okay. Nothing significant comes of this. All right, cool beans. As the four of you meet back up, Rhal's tabaxi friend kind of barges into the room a little bit, and he sees Rhal sitting down, and he taps Rhal on the shoulder.
Does Rhal notice if he's in TO?
Yeah, you've maintained your physical senses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then he'll snap out of it. And he looks up, and he's excited to see his friend is okay. So he gets up and
you
hugs.
see your tabaxi friend's tail wagging a little bit,
Both
seeing
tails.
happy
Both
that you're
tails.
still alive. Everyone's tails are wagging. He says, "Shield. Make shield for friend."
You made it?
He nods and smiles. Yes.
Rhal hugs.
Finish this morning. Make shield.
More hugs.
He hugs you back. He seems to be actually happy that he did it. This is a difficult thing, and he did it despite all the chaos and shit going on around him. And he hands you a small vial. It's kind of like water that contains smoke. The smoke is dark grey, and the fluid itself is kind of very, very subtly tinged green.
Rhal takes it and admires it and then puts it away carefully. And,
Unsure time.
okay. I will be careful.
This one happy. You not life?
Dead.
Not life.
Dead.
Happy you are not life.
Happy you are alive. Glad
Yes.
not dead.
He smiles and nods.
Yes. Rhal gestures
He
same.
kind of he kind of awkwardly gives you a hug, and he does that thing where he strokes the back of your neck a little bit because scales are super weird to him. And then he leaves.
Rhal thinks this is normal by this point, so he's pretty much doing the same thing.
These two have the weirdest relationship. I love it.
So good.
Can't wait till you introduce Ama, and then Ama's like, "What are you doing? Why are you petting?
What?
Who is this person? Why does he keep stalking you, Rhal?
What? Try it. It's
Are you cheating on me?"
They both start stroking the kitty, and he's like, "This is the best thing in the world," like purring. Like, no, I'm going to stop now. Let's stop shipping this weirdness.
Thank you.
Yeah, the four of you can meet back up. Totally fine.
Have they returned yet? Has anyone
Everyone else?
gotten word?
Oh, them. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm assuming like Squash like goes and checks in on the mirror room every now and then. Like, are we doing anything now?
Let's say you catch him coming out the mirror room at one point, and I guess super good.
Oh, hey. I'm assuming I'm hitting Lafayette.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, hey. What are we doing?
Kind of need to wait for Bogram at this point.
Where Boger? Oh yeah, he had to do with that Caden guy, right?
Right, and then apparently he knows where the heart is because I guess the heart's not in the mirror? So then what is in the mirror? I don't
know, this feels like a question people should have asked right people at the right time.
There's a lot of things going on. Yeah. Carthea's alive, which is good. I'm happy about that.
That's great.
I kind of had to check in. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Do I know you can... Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, sorry. Squash just kind of like looking at you, like looking at your, like, probably chest, like his high... Like, he gets often tired of looking straight fucking up. His eyes drift. He's just kind of looking at your chest and he just goes like... Oh, does any of us... Like, do you know anybody who speaks Orc? Reads Orc?
It's a possibility. Oh. Do you have something that needs reading or speaking?
Yeah, a bunch of stuff, but I have one very important paper.
Okay, I've been trying to figure out how to do things like Liz does. I could give it a go myself.
Great. I reach in my pocket and I go for Damas's letter, and I just kind of like hand it over to Lavian. And
is it still in the envelope that says Damas?
No, he's handing him the copied note.
Okay.
And he just kind of like hands it over, and you could probably instantly tell like it's very shaky handed, like written. It's like, that may not be 100% accurate, so it may need some like thinking about some of the letters or runes or whatever these things are.
Okay, let me give it a go. And Lafian's going to focus on the sheet. And I'm going to say that as he does so, that third eye shows up again and just kind of cracks open halfway. And he is going to activate his new focus, his nomadic mind focus.
Ooh. If Rhal wants to make a con save, then I understand. Your buddy just had a third eye. I get it.
It's a 6.
Well, you know what that means.
Rhal thinks he's seeing some shit.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I'm seeing some shit.
Oh, there's definitely like Squash sees the eye again, and he kind of like eyes you guys like, are you guys seeing this too? And it just looks back like, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to ask about it.
Okay. You need to know you were just presented a really badly written letter with no context on what this is.
Right. I'm just reading it. The focus, I can gain the ability to read and write one language of my choice until my focus ends, which is ongoing.
Yeah. Whenever you want to change it. Are you reading this out loud, or are you gonna?
Oh, if he starts reading it out loud, Squash is like, no, stop, just translate.
Just read. Okay.
Just Squash like gets gets. We're in the war room, aren't we? The mirror room.
You guys can be wherever you want.
Squash gets you a quill and parchment, and
okay, he'll start translating it.
All right, I'll read it, and I'm also going to share it because then it's just easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
It also just occurred to me that Callan Morn also speaks and reads Orcish.
Yeah, I haven't really figured that one, but I just thought it was such a loop-de-loo way to get to Orcish.
Especially because Calamorn can't write.
Nobody could translate it to me, and I could write it.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
it would-
I just like the idea of making Rethix read this goddamn letter. It'd be super funny to me, but I won't make him do that.
You saved him
All right.
this time.
Little big brother. I found a way. I know how now. It's everything Grumsh asked for and more. He's so loud I cannot talk fast enough to block him out, though. A mortal avatar, dumbass. I can let Grumsh take my body and he can leave this existence. I can stand on the edge of the Sentinel plane, let him take me, and the orcs will join him in stopping BE at the gates before it enters our reality. At least they can buy time. It's worth it. I have to try. Having up on BE, that's worth the sacrifice of one stupid wild magic sorcerer human, right? And I owe Grumsh. I look in the mirror and I can't see me. I can't see the person I am anymore. Runes I didn't earn, legitimately scars I didn't remember adding after a fight, they feel more real than magical human blood in my veins. I get confused if I'm orc or human because Tamaz, I'm the cost. I'm the component. I just need to keep tweaking the component until it's prepared, and when it's ready, I'll cast a spell. No messy goodbyes, just simple ritual, and we'll have a god capable of taking the fight to them. You know how spells work. Perhaps our binding will keep a bit of me safe, a small corner of the avatar that I can wall off, but I doubt it. This can be a lot of soul fire. It's a stupid hope, a foolish hope. It's 1 in 20 chance. I have to roll the die anyway, so screw it. Part 1 of this ritual is to become an Eye Grumsh. Truly, I know, right? I'm going to Dead Sky Mountain, I'm going to perform the ritual and take my eye. Aside from this Grumsh stuff, if it isn't us two, then it has to be them. I know how he thinks. Bikram will lose him if we send anyone else. We'll lose another fighter capable of defending this world. In exchange, I got Grumsh to agree to never call upon you. You will never have to hear him if you don't want to. He will never threaten to take your life from this world. And he's going to help the 3 brave adventurers getting to whatever planes they need when the time is right. They need to go to Cicero and Bellin to recruit those armies. Get to the Sentinel plane when the BE arrives. Oops, trio arrived. Less time than I thought. Fuck. Next time we meet in the flesh, you can kick my ass. Well, you can try. Damn it. I'm hoping of all the people, you'll understand. Get me out. And bam! Suddenly I'm drowning in blood wine. Bad timing all round. And could you keep an eye on my wilder kids? Make sure they're okay? And that's the end of the note.
What is that term she keeps using?
BE?
Blissful Eclipse?
Oh, okay. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
So she's an avatar now, or trying to become one.
It seems that way. She's sacrificing herself to make it so that we can succeed.
She says that you guys have to go to Cicero and Bellum and recruit the armies.
That would make sense.
Us guys. And Zaltanna points at Squash.
There's definitely like a little bit like red in his face when you do that. He's like, yes. So it's not just putting together Monarch and stopping whatever Discora is doing. Stopping whatever Kino is doing. It's going to Cicero and Bellum.
Wasn't originally part of what I thought the plan was going to be, but having angels and demons proper on our side would certainly help in the fight. And the honorable undead.
Rhal's nose bleeds quite profusely.
The eye closes.
I don't know if should be going to Cicero and Bellum.
Why do you say that?
Zaltanna points her thumb back at the sword.
I'm not following.
Do you remember what my deal with Cal has always been? I'm not I think I probably should talk to him and see if he's going to be okay with going and recruiting angels.
I thought he wanted to kill a godly monster being, like the thing that we're fighting.
Do you remember how he reacted the last time we saw anything like that? Of course he wants to kill a godly monster being, but I'm not saying I won't go. I'm just saying I need to talk to Cal before we do anything like that, because I need to make sure I made a deal with him, and I'm not sure if he's going to want to collect on it if we go to any other plane immediately.
Okay. I'll talk to him then.
All right. It's very easy to make contact with Cal. He is BFF.
I love him. My best friend forever. But I want to go do it in a room by myself because sometimes I feel like Zaltanna knows that she can talk to him in her head, but she's a loud person, so she's just loud. It would just be her in a room loudly like, "What do you mean we got to kill all the angels?"
I like the idea that everyone outside can only hear your side of the conversation. They're like, "What is she doing?" Yeah, that's totally fine. You can find a space.
I'm gonna go to the meditation room by myself.
Sure.
I don't grow a third eye though.
Back to the old meeting room. Yeah.
I grow a third fist. Boom. No, just kidding.
No. No.
I don't know if that was a lady boner joke, but I approve.
Okay, right. Yes, you can find space. Yes, the meditation room is free.
So I sit down in the meditation room and I unsheath Cal and I lay him on my lap, as is my custom, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy."
Hey.
We ate a lot of orcs the other day, huh? Not orcs because they were undead, but we ate a lot of whatever.
It was glorious.
It was a real good fight.
We haven't killed orcs in a very long time.
It was fun.
Indeed.
So, obviously you can hear everything I can hear.
Of course.
So, I guess we gotta go to Cicero and Bellum, and I just want to make sure that we're gonna be okay. And you're not gonna have any issues if we have to recruit, angels and crap like that.
So long as you promise me that no matter what form this final fight takes, I will be in your hands.
Of course. You are the only weapon I like using, and you're the only weapon I want to use. I only use the hand axes when I need to throw at something that is far away, and I'm like, I don't care if I ever get that hand axe back. But if I threw you at something and I couldn't get you back, I'd be, devastated. So
I wouldn't have been impressed either.
Because then I would have lost you down that cliff ledge in front of Dachin, and then I would have looked like an idiot.
That would have been most disappointing.
Yeah.
I have a request.
Of course.
If you can find a way to free me from this metal prison, I would be in your debt.
I'd be happy to. I mean, it'd be weird not having you able to talk to me in my head anymore, but you don't deserve to be locked up in a sword forever.
If you can find a way of freeing me, I will be the sword that protects your back. None shall strike you without facing my wrath. I understand that this may not be possible, however.
Hey, if we can bring Monak back from being just a voice in Balance's head, I'm sure I can bring you back from being a sword.
Consider that my request, not a favor, not a bargain, a request. In exchange, I will honor your direction in not killing. Not killing those
I appreciate that. Because
Okay.
Going to Cicero is important.
All right, you struck a kind of bargain, I guess.
Yes. I'm going to write
All
that
right.
as a note so I don't forget to research that. It's going to
Okay.
go right under the note about did Valanda feed me orcs because I'm hungry.
Valanda fed me orcs. Give me souls.
You saw that note, right? I think I read it out last
Yeah, I
time.
did,
It's
yeah.
still the best.
I did too.
That's what happens when I'm tired. Okay. All right. I walk back in. I resheath Cal and I walk back in and I'm like, we're good.
Wonderful. Not like we have to go right now. We kind of need to wait still, but
Hey, Monarch's still asleep in there?
I don't know if sleeping is the word I would use, but yes.
Okay.
Dajan acted like he was almost dead.
Not far off. When we were fighting on the mountaintop, he had to use the last of his energy to ensure that I didn't die.
I don't think I've said enough how much I appreciate what you guys did up there for me. By the way.
Well, we kind of needed to. But you're welcome.
You didn't.
Well, I'd rather you be useful to me.
Wow,
And
okay.
No. He gives you like a sarcastic wink at that,
Wow, okay, Valence. We're trying to have a nice moment here. And she winks back. Always got to be a jerk.
I'm just living up to expectation, according to our fan base.
This is just like that time that you set Caden's house on fire.
I did not. Almost. I almost did. And
No,
I
that's
bet
right.
you I would do better.
You set the street outside his house on fire.
We put it out.
Actually, everyone set the street outside his house on fire. Everyone had a hand in that.
Nope. That was entirely Balance's fault. That's how I remember that.
Right. So before I drop the next plot thing in, is there anything anyone wants to do?
Rhal is practicing his spell he thinks he can figure out.
Oh,
Uh,
you have a lot of fun playing with
Yeah.
minor illusion. Tio's chasing all the illusions around. It's adorable. What other spells did he get, by the way?
He got Minor Illusion. He got Chill Touch. So he can
So good.
potentially keep healing from happening.
Mhm.
And then a ranged option, because he needed one, called Toll the Dead.
Oh.
All right.
What
That's,
spell did you take?
Minor Illusion.
No,
And-
you're the
Minor
first level
Illusion is a
spell.
cantrip.
Oh, do you get one?
Yes.
Oh, well.
You get one shot, first level spell.
Oh, shit. Well,
Then
I'll have to figure that out
guess-
later.
I guess Nee will do that when he has 5 minutes.
You could have had like shield or something.
It's still an illusion
Rhal's
to
still
him.
learning.
He's
Still
just learning magic.
He doesn't
Yeah,
even
give-
know he
give him a
can do
chance.
3d12 necrotic damage.
Future Neil here. Yup. I messed up and took 3 cantrips. I was only supposed to have 2, and the first level spell. I replaced Chill Touch with Unseen Servant. Because I love those.
Oh boy. Okay. So we have Tio and Rhal playing with minor illusion, making this work.
He learns how to do a minor illusion of another dragonborn's face over his so that he can hide.
Oh,
And he does red
That's
so that in
adorable.
case he bleeds, it's not incredibly noticeable.
that's ridiculous and adorable, and I think I'm in love with it. Anyone else for anything else?
Yeah.
Illusionary
I want
mustache.
Squash to go out and get 2 extra doses of God's Dream.
Okay. Yes, God's Dream. So God's Dream is a bit more like NyQuil, I guess, than hard drugs.
Uh-huh.
It's
So it's
pharmaceutical drugs. It's
Yeah,
not
it's-
good for you guys.
It's over the counter.
It's not good. It's not good for him, but it's more like a herbal remedy to help you go to sleep. Except this one also gives you wicked dreams.
And then I got high.
Yeah. Again, taking too much of it is still bad for you, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that
Okay. You have 2 doses of God's Dream. You can probably find it somewhere in stores around somewhere. No purchase necessary. You guys have been through some rough shit. I'm just going to let you have some of the shit.
Right. Oh, actually, yeah. Does Squash notice Squash needs all the fucking team. We need to go fucking buying magic items if there's any shop in this town.
Yeah, I'm going to say from having been on the surface, that's not happening today.
Okay. Hands off then. Squash has done everything he needs to do.
Okay.
We really don't have that much money. Like some, not a lot.
It's okay. You have a master thief. You don't need to buy anything anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah, Laughing, is there anything else you want to do before I drop plotting?
Yes, actually, because I had an idea.
Yes.
Now that Laughing realizes that he actually can focus and learn to read and write these languages, he's going to go locate Emma's book.
Okay.
And try to see what hasn't been translated yet and start working on that while waiting for people to show up.
Okay. Then when... yes, next time you sit down and look at the book, I will tell you some more information.
Okay.
You won't get it straight out because you're still reading through some of Emma's notes, which are a little bit kind of in a coding all of her own. You can probably figure out with time, but yeah, like next time you sit down to read the book, I'll definitely give you something out of it.
Okay.
You're just getting used to it, and there's a lot of languages in here.
Yeah.
Zaltanna, anything you want to do before I drop some plot in?
Nada.
All right, perfect. You two not going to the gym?
Rhal shows up.
I mean...
Rhal shows up, finds everybody, and a red dragonborn shows up wearing Rhal's clothes with a black tail.
Oh, boy.
Would you like me to roll investigation to call bullshit on this?
I think you could just call bullshit on this.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans, yeah, you can.
Rhal, why are you red?
What?
What did you do to your face?
Oh, Squash definitely thinks this is like a dragonborn thing. This is just fine. He's like,
Rhal, I can see through that. I know it's you.
That's very clearly your tail and your clothes. What are you doing?
Rhal laughs and stops the illusion.
When did you learn to do that?
I don't know.
Tio pops his head up and waves his tail a little bit and then wiggles back down.
No, of course there was something to do with that.
Rhal gives Tio pets.
Right, interesting. Feel like I should be giving you some sort of lecture about with great power comes great responsibility, but honestly, I'm too tired to bother.
And then you would die.
I'm too tired to listen.
I'd
Like
get bitten by a
immediately.
spider, and then I would die.
At this point, you guys hear and feel like a whoosh of magic. Someone says clearly teleported in. And you hear and see Talus just bolting from wherever it is that she was hiding out and doing her stuff and bolting towards where the teleport thing is.
We're running after. Or at least I am.
Okay.
I also will.
yeah, the crew starts running. Squash joins.
Like, I don't know what's going on, but this seems right? This is good? This is good. Yeah,
this is what we're doing.
It's fine. It's fine. As you arrive in there, you see Elise and Emil. They're holding Caden in their arms. Bogrim is standing next to them, looking uncomfortable. He has a side bag and it's clearly got something in it. Caden isn't breathing.
Excuse?
I go running over. How long has he been down?
Emil looks at you and he says,
Too long for our immediate recall.
and he looks over at Bogrim with a bit of annoyance on his face.
What happened?
I think maybe we should have this conversation a little further away. Elise looks over at Talus. Come on, I'll tell you the story. Emil, you should get Caden rested. And she kind of brooks no argument in sweeping all of you away.
Hey everybody. Yeah, it was a hell of an episode. The gang does not seem happy about this outcome. Alright, let's just make this one quick. We want to start by thanking Graphics and Jay for all their work on the episode, and we want to thank our newest patron, Thomas Vacci, who asked us to read a little thing. It's from Tom, on behalf of his lady Jessica, because without her, I wouldn't even know about the podcast. And he says that we're supposed to offer Rhal a hug, which I'm sure he will agree to. Other than that, we want to ask everybody who listens that if you can, throw us a review, whether on iTunes, Podchaser, or Podcast Addict, wherever you can. Just talk about our stuff. It's highly appreciated. Word of mouth is the best stuff. And if you stick around, you can hear the ad for Rolling Misadventure. So stick around for that. Thank you everybody who listens. Thank you everybody who helps. Thank you everybody who's joining us on this trip. Have a great day.
What happens when you take a group of podcasters and force them to play tabletop role-playing games? You end up with Rolling Misadventures, a podcast that tiptoes between actual play and improvised audio drama. Tune in for 2-episode story arcs across your favorite genres. From a Western love story,
your ex-husband is fighting with your current husband again,
to mobster family drama.
I think he's been running with your boy Nixon.
Oh, you know better than to say that name around here. Nixon ain't no member of my family, all right? And even a musical theater production.
That's fine. If you want to be known as Leaf, the man who sang Love is a Pomeranian, I am totally fine with that.
The only guarantee here is that everything will end in a total fiasco. Find us at rollingmisadventures.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.